Hello, my name is Agatha, and this is the prediction for December 2016 for the sign of Leo. This is a very general reading. If you like a private consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. You can also subscribe to my newsletter, which is www.tinyletter.com/dunyazade. Every month, I pick a winner for a free written tarot reading done by me. And the choice of this winner is made among those who are subscribed to my newsletter. So Leo, let's go to your reading. First, we'll have a very general astrological analysis for the month of December 2016, and after that, we'll go to the tarot prediction. So, the full moon happens on the 14th of December, 22 degrees of Gemini, and then the new moon happens on the 29th of December at 7 degrees and 59 minutes of Capricorn, almost 80 degrees of Capricorn. And what does this mean to you, Leo? So, in your case, this full moon happens on the 11th house. Full moons are endings or culminations. It could be for some an ending of a friendship. It could be that. But I see this moon as more positive than negative. There's like here an opposition with Saturn in your 5th house, but generally there's a trine, which is the only negative aspect, but there's a trine with Mars, and there's another trine with Jupiter, and Mars and Jupiter are also trining. So there's a big trine between Mars, Jupiter, and this full moon. So this is positive. So this end of a friendship may not be because you don't get along, because you have an argument or something like that. It may be because maybe you move to another country, maybe your friend moves to another country, to another city, something like that, and maybe you don't get to see each other as much. It's not necessarily bad, but if for some reason you have a fallout with a friend, it's because maybe either you criticized the way they raise their kids, or the other way around, or your friend criticized your way of dealing with your children, or it's something to do with the boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe a friend doesn't like your boyfriend or girlfriend, or you don't like the boyfriend or girlfriend of your friend, and you keep bad mouthing him or her, and your friend is like, I'm done with you. Okay. Between a friend and a boyfriend or girlfriend, your friend's going to pick the boyfriend or girlfriend. He's not going to pick you, or she's not going to pick you. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry. Newsflash. But I can see this also as a completion of a long-term wish. You had a long-term goal, and you finally, that long-term goal came to fruition in a very positive way. This could be something to do with creativity, but not necessarily. It could be, let's say you have your own business. So this long-term goal could be connected with your business. And I'm because the ruler of this Gemini full moon is Mercury, a conjunct Pluto in your 6th house. This long-term goal might be connected with your job, with your employment. This might bring some sort of revolution, some sort of big transformation, drastic transformation in the areas connected with your job, with your work life, also with your health. For instance, it could be health, could be a health issue. Let's say your long-term dream or wish was to have a kid, and you didn't have the money to go in and make a in vitro fertilization, or you didn't have the money for that type of thing. So now you have the money, and finally you can go and get pregnant, or your wife can go and get pregnant, or your girlfriend, or maybe it's adopting a kid, or it's something else completely entirely different, nothing to do with children, but also connected with your health, and something you wanted to do health-wise, and finally you are able to do. Another thing is maybe you change your diet, and maybe you need help to change your diet. Maybe you have like a how do you call it, a weight problem, and you have those things where you put like a gastric something in your stomach, I don't know, something to do to lose weight, but again for health reasons, and now you were approved, you know. Or I'm thinking also transplant, lung transplant, because Gemini is connected with lungs and breathing. So could be that, could be something like that. Could be maybe you had trouble breathing and you were in a waiting list, and suddenly you're not in a waiting list, and maybe this wish has nothing to do with you. It's to do with one of your kids, with a young child. This child needed some sort of transplant. Finally, he or she gets approved or accepted and goes on to have this transplant. Something like to do with that. And the new moon at Capricorn, 8 degrees of Capricorn, the 29th of December, happens on your 6th house. So again with Mercury, it's Mercury conjunct this new moon. It's a new beginning. Could be, again, I'm thinking, I don't know why, transplant. For some, it could be like a health matter connected with a child. It could be transplant, but not any type of transplant. I said lungs, but it could be any other thing with a child, but it's put on hold for some reason. Maybe a document is necessary, maybe an approval it's necessary. It's not immediate, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer if it's nothing to do with health. I'm saying health of a child, but it could be your own health, a medical health issue, and you need a last paper, you need a last signature, something like that. It's something to do with like a new beginning in your work area, in your work environment. Maybe you have new colleagues, maybe you have a new boss, maybe yourself you are the new boss. But this new beginning in your work area will give you more stability and more money. It might not seem like a lot, but I would say it's more money. So it's positive also. I'm gonna say this is positive. If you have your own business, you're expanding abroad in a structured way. Okay? And this might change the nature of your business as well, Leo. So let's go to the tarot prediction, in which I analyzed 7 areas of your life for the month of December, Leo. And it's going to be beginning of the month, middle of the month, and end of the month. I'm going to use the Chrysalis Tarot, which is an awesome tarot. And I'm going to show you 7 symbols. And I'm going to ask you to pick one. Okay? Pick one symbol, because this will have a message just for you. So, bear, key, fishes, flowers. This is clove or cleave, like that good luck, something with four petals, cleave or clove, I don't know how to say this. Dog and tree. Okay, I'm gonna say this again and pick one. Okay, pick one. So you can pick fishes, tree, dog, clove, I think it's clove, flowers, key, and bear. So I'm going to shuffle now. Shuffling, I'm not going to see. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And I'm going to place each one of these cards below the area of your life, 7 areas of your life. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which are going to be analyzed. Okay, so let's start with the first area of your life, which is work. And in the beginning, and if you picked the card flowers, this message is just for you. Okay, and for everyone else, of course, but it's more, particular destined for you. It's a personal message for you. You have in the beginning of the month, in the work area, you have the 7 of Scrolls. So maybe you're like stuck, you want to make a decision, but you don't know which door to pick. Do I pick door number A or B? What do I do? We don't know. Or why don't you know? Because you're relying only to get your information. You're relying on it, on your mind, on your rational self, and the doors don't open. It's not because someone on the other side of those doors are shutting you out. No, it's because you yourself, Leo, you're not opening these doors because you don't use your intuition to make a proper decision connected with your work. So in the beginning of the month, it is vital for you to listen to your intuition and not just the facts and figures and your rational self, okay? To make a decision concerning work. At the middle of the month, Leo, you have the Seven of Stones, which is the Seven of Pentacles in traditional decks. You're pondering, you're reflecting about your work life, you're reflecting of all the investment you have done in this career, and you're thinking, okay, I've achieved this much, or I haven't achieved the way what I had hoped I would have achieved. You know, should I continue? Should I not continue? Like kind of a bit stuck. It's like in the beginning and middle of the month, you're stuck. You don't know where to go. And then at the end of the month, you have the Eight of Scrolls, which is the Eight of Swords in traditional decks. You're paralyzed with your fears. You don't know what to do concerning work. You're thinking that you're a victim of circumstances, you're a victim of a certain situation, but this fear, this prison, is a prison of your own making. You can get out, okay? You have the information necessary to get out. And you can visualize the end result of what you want concerning your work. What do you want? You want a certain amount of money. Visualize that. You want a certain type of co-workers, or you don't want co-workers, or you want to work for yourself. You want to have clients. Visualize the type of clients you want. Visualize the type of business you want, or the type of work you want, and just live in that reality. I know this is silly, or not, but don't be in a prison of your own making. Read Neville Goddard. I keep pushing this guy. Like I'm pushing drugs. No. Don't do drugs, by the way. Every time I hear like the US has this California or whatever state just accepted, I don't know what it's called, cannabis, that you can use it in a legal way for recreational uses. I'm not quite sure. I haven't read the news. I just don't. I disagree so much with it. I just disagree so much with it. I cannot begin to tell you how much I disagree with that. Anything to do with drugs, don't do it. 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 To me, it's an escape from reality. You can use coffee for that. You know, it's better. Anyway, moving on. Neville Goddard. Okay, read Neville Goddard, because in his opinion, this is a guy who was really big on, let's call it law of attraction. Now it's called law of attraction, but he's like a pioneer of that. And he believed and he preached. He used scriptures a lot, so if you're a Christian, you can read him with no problem. But his belief was that you create your reality. You self-create your reality, and you use your imagination. If you want to change your reality, you should use your imagination. You should visualize in a very persistent way with feeling what you want. So you don't like this type. Don't visualize the negative. Don't say the negative. Just visualize what you want. Okay? Just see it in your head. And keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it with the feeling you want to have. Live the feeling of that life now. Keep persisting it, meaning don't give up. And then that's the second hard part. The first is to be persistent. You have to be persistent. And I understand this is difficult because I'm very lazy myself. I'm a Leo and I'm lazy. The second part is to let go. And just to accept that it will come to you. Okay, I know this is weird. The difficult part of letting go. But read Neville Goddard. There's lots and lots of places where you can go and read for free. And in YouTube, there's lots and lots of lectures he did, okay? There's this site, there's lots of YouTube channels. There's one, Nevolution. Nevolution, you see that one? That's the voice of the person who reads his text such as it's amazing. Gonna like it. So, moving on. The second area of your life is family. It's family. So if you picked 3, this card is just this message is more particularly for you. Okay. In the beginning of the month, in the family-related area, you have the 9 of Spirals, which is the 9 of Wands in traditional decks. Maybe you're suspicious about someone in your family. Maybe you don't trust someone in your family. Maybe you're like defending everything you've achieved from a family member or from many family members. Or you're dealing with someone in your family who has this type of behavior with you. He or she might be very suspicious of you. He or she might be very defensive and very private, doesn't want to share anything, doesn't want to, it's like guarding everything that he or she has accomplished. Like, this is mine and you have that and this is mine, something like that. In the middle of the month, Leo, you have the 5 of Stones. So it could be that you're dealing with someone in your family who has lack of faith, who doesn't believe in anything, who doesn't believe in anyone, has a bit of a very low self-esteem, has low self-esteem issues, or he or she doesn't have enough money, doesn't believe that he or she is safe in that department, or it's your family who's witnessing that you behaving like this, witnessing that you don't have faith, that you maybe are complaining about lack of money. You know, it could be that. It could be either way. At the end of the month, you have the Ace of Scrolls or the Ace of Swords in traditional decks. It's like the keys. Finally, you have the information, and which is the key to open up something. So it could be like this family member. It could be a new one, or could be the same who was like defensive and has lack of belief, lack of faith in himself or herself, doesn't have enough money. At the end of the month, maybe this person has a very just has like an epiphany and knows exactly what to do, comes across a piece of information which is the key that opens up something important for him or her, or it's your family who's witnessing this with you. So your family is seeing that you know what to do, you had like an epiphany, you know exactly what actions to take, you make a plan and you go for it. Or it could be someone in your family is starting a new study course of some kind. So moving on, for the third area of your life, Leo, which is luck and yearnings, or good luck and what you wish. If you picked the card Fishes, this message is just for you and for everyone else, of course, but it's more destined for you. So in the beginning of the month, you have the 3 of Spirals. So you might have accomplished something, a long-held wish comes to fruition, which kind of connects with the astrology reading that I just did for you. So it's there was a full moon on the 14th of December at 22 degrees of Gemini in your 11th house, which is the house of long-term plans, and also it's a house of hopes and wishes. So something has come to fruition, something which you always wanted to have, you finally have it, and you have it with great success. And then in the middle of the month, you have Mahat, or the Justice card in traditional decks. So now that you have something that you always wanted, in the middle of the month, you're trying to discern what else do you want, okay? What are truly the goals that you want? What are the most important ones? Is this, not goals, wishes. You want a wish, there's a wish you want, but what is it the most important one? So you're trying to be rational about it. You're trying to to think in a rational way about it. Okay. What else? It could be that whatever comes to you in the middle of the month, in terms of good luck, it could be good luck or bad luck. Whatever comes to you is kind of determined by karma. So it could be good, it could be bad, but it's kind of determined by karma. Okay? Or you could be planning to achieve a new wish, but you're trying to figure it out which is the most important one. Trying to find balance and equilibrium in your wishes. So it's not all of them. Okay? So you want this. No. Let's have balance in this. Which one is the most important one? In which one should I focus? At the end of the month, you have the Five of Scrolls, which is the Five of Swords in traditional decks. This could be victory or defeat. So I'm thinking that maybe you've come to a conclusion and maybe you decided to sacrifice some of your wishes, long-held yearnings. You've decided to just sacrifice some, and you've this is the Excalibur sword, kind of cut right through down to the middle, which you've decided upon something. Maybe one or two, maybe the most important ones, and just deciding upon which is the next wish that you want to focus on or visualize or whatever is already a victory. Let's treat this as a victory, not a defeat. Okay? In order for you to have a victory, you have to sacrifice something. Sacrifice some of your yearnings in order to good fortune materialize in your life. Now, moving on for the next part of your life, Leo, if you picked which is friendship, if you picked the symbol key, this message is, particularly destined for you. So, connected with friendship, you have, in the beginning of the month, the Corsair of the Knight of Spirals, or the Knight of Wands in traditional decks. You are embarking on a new adventure of some kind, and you are doing it with courage and enthusiasm, and lots of faith and excitement. You're excited about it. And a friend is witnessing this, or you are talking to a friend who is embarking himself or herself in a new adventure. Okay? And he or she is really excited about this new thing that he or she is going to start. In the middle of the month, you have a major arcana card, which is the Moon. So in this deck, the Moon is a very positive card. It talks about dreams, and creativity, and intuition. Maybe you're talking with someone, a friend of yours who's, I would say a woman because it's the Moon, and this person is very intuitive, is very psychic, very creative, and you have like almost a psychic bond with him or her. Or you're talking with this friend and you are the one who is creative, is psychic, and she or he sees you in that way. If one reads this card as in a negative way, it could be that for others, it could be a secret comes to light. Something is revealed, not necessarily bad, but something is revealed, and your friend is telling you that this thing was revealed in his life or her life. I'm thinking more her life. At the end of the month, you have Kali, or the Tower, another major arcana card. It could be that your friend is witnessing major transformations and even upheaval, in your life. It could be that. Or it could be that you yourself are witnessing major transformation in your friend's life. Maybe because there was a secret which was revealed in the middle of the month. Or it could be like a friend and end the friendship with you, or you end the friendship with this friend. Why? Because a secret was revealed. Maybe it's not necessarily something bad. Maybe you hid something from her or him, and then your friend knows about it and says, okay, this piece of information was extremely important and I needed to know, and you didn't tell me, therefore you're not my friend, so we're not friends anymore. So it could be played out in several different ways. Moving on, Leo, for the next part of your life for December, for the area connected with love and sex, you have, if you picked the card, I think it's glove or glee. It's a good luck, tiny little thing with four petals. No, I think it's glove. This message is just for you and for everyone else, of course, but it's more particularly for you. In the beginning of the month, you have the Artiste or the Queen of Stones or the Queen of Pentacles in traditional decks. So maybe this is your spouse. It showed up as a queen, but it could, because this is a very general reading, could be a man or a woman. So it could be that your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend this is a very pragmatical person, very realistic, very has his or her feet on the ground, dependable, good with money, stuff like that. But maybe he or she's like working on his hobby or her hobby. Maybe he or she makes a living being an artist, yes, but it's more, to me, it's more like he or she has a hobby, and he or she takes this hobby very seriously. And you're seeing that, you're witnessing that your spouse is taking this hobby in a very serious manner. What else? It could be, or your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, a long-term partner, is seeing that you're working in something to do with creativity. It doesn't matter if you do that for a living or it's just a hobby. Your spouse or your long-term partner or boyfriend or girlfriend is witnessing that. If you're single, you might meet someone who's, in his or her late 30s or after the age of 40. Again, someone from a how do you say, earth sign, Cancer, not Cancer, earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This kind of connects with the Capricorn new moon on the 6th house, and you meet someone, and he or she maybe is an artist. This is how he or she earns a living, being an artist, and you meet this person, you kind of like her or like him immediately. There's something developing. In the middle of the month, you have the Lovers card. So again, if it's maybe in the beginning of the month, if you're single, it's kind of like an infatuation or an admiration towards this person. In the middle of the month, I would say you maybe feeling that you are in love, that maybe this person is, a soulmate or something like that. If you are already married or you are partnered, so there's like in the middle of the month, you're living very intimate, loving moments with your spouse or with your boyfriend or girlfriend. At the end of the month, you have the Magician. The Magician is number 1, okay? So maybe if you're partnered, you are kind of trying something new in your relationship, even sexually, trying something new, something fun, something that it's a very playful type of energy. Or it could be that both of you want something. The Magician, or the Ravens in this card, in this deck, it's called the Ravens. But the Magician is the great manifester. It's connected with the energy. Usually it represents people who are very good at manifesting what they want into their lives. So maybe you and your spouse, you are determined to achieve a certain goal connected with your relationship. I don't know what it is. It could be anything. It could be having a kid, having another kid, having a house, having this, having that. And you kind of decide, both of you, to focus on that objective. Okay? Decide to focus on that objective, to bring it to life, to make it manifest. if you're single, maybe you meet someone in this person. Maybe it's the same person. Maybe you're dealing with the same person all this month long. This is a very pragmatical and artistic sort of woman or man. And maybe you meet someone and you talking with him or her, and she tells you, or he tells you, I've manifested you. I've written a list, and you check and you are exactly what I've written. I've wished for you. Or it's the other way around. You're looking at this person, looking at this guy or woman, and you're like, oh my God, he or she fits everything that I've written like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, like a month ago, something like that. Now, moving on, advancing, Leo, for the next area of your life, which is goals and plans and goals. If you have picked the bear, this message is particularly, it's destined for you. It's more important for you to hear. So in the beginning of the month, you have the Celtic owl or the hanged man in traditional decks. So maybe there's a plan which is delayed or in pause for some reason, and you have to wait on it. You have to work on it a bit harder. It's paused. It's a goal which is not achieved because it's paused. Or maybe you had to sacrifice some sort of goal that you wanted. In the beginning of the month, you have to revise it and I have to let go of this. If your goal in the beginning of the month is connected with spirituality, maybe you've achieved it. For instance, maybe your goal, your plan was to meditate every day, and maybe you have achieved that. In the middle of the month, Leo, in December, you have the Green Man or the Emperor in traditional decks. So I'm thinking that you're making another plan, and it's very detailed, it's very structured, it has a lot of order in it, and also it has some sort of the Green Man here in this deck, the Emperor, has a the Emperor represents man of authority, male figures of authority in your family. This could be the boss, this could be the father, the husband, even the grandfather, male authorities. Okay, but usually it can be called, okay, and the type of the emperor might represent people who are, who don't take to whom the thing which is most important is order, is structure, and they are not big on emotion. They could be a bit cold and detached in that way, but not in this deck. This deck is a male figure, but this male figure is filled with compassion, and he's very fatherly. He's like waiting for the eggs to hatch. So this guy has emotion, he has structure and order, and he has deep emotion. So you make your plan, your new plan for whatever you want to achieve, and you make it with compassion. Do you understand? Compassion either for yourself, for your own free time, or for somebody else's needs. I'm thinking maybe you in that plan there's time to be with your kids, with your spouse, something like that. It's all encompassing. It isn't just one part of your life. It revolves about. It talks about the totality of your life. Understand? At the end of the month, you have the Nine of Scrolls, which is the Nine of Swords in traditional decks, and I'm thinking you're very sad because you don't know if you can accomplish everything you set out to do. So, I will do this in the middle of the month. I will do this, and I will do that, and I will do that, and so on, so on, so on. But at the end of the month, you're like doubting it's doubting yourself and feeling afraid. Oh my God, I've committed to doing this and that and that and that and that. What if I don't do it? Oh my God. And you're sad and there's a bit of anguish. So I would say that don't worry about anything. I think you're afraid that you have overcommitted. Don't be afraid. Okay, I think you did your plan in a very rational way. Okay, and not just rational, you took everything into consideration, I would say. And then finally, Leo, the last area of your life which is going to be analyzed is the message from your higher self. What is the message from your higher self to you? If you pick the card dog, this message is even more important for you to hear. In the beginning of the month, you have the Four of Stones. And what is your higher self telling you? Well, your higher self is telling you that you have all the money that you need. You are safe in a financial way, in a material way. You have your inner resources will give you access to everything that you need, so you don't need to worry. Another way of reading this, it could be like save your money. You know, in the beginning of the month, save your money. But yet another way of reading it, it could be that something like a treasure is coming your way. A treasure is coming your way. In the middle of the month, Leo, you have the Three of Stones or the Three of Pentacles in traditional decks. So what is the message of your higher self for you or to you in the middle of the month? It could be, this card could has to do with planning also. So plan it out in a rational way. Plan things out, whatever you want to do, plan it out. Ask other people's opinions. And I'm saying, because other people, there are people who are wise, which is symbolized by the owls. There are people, I'm thinking your elders are wise, and you should ask your elders, not necessarily from family, you know, could be someone at work. Ask somebody else's opinion, you know, to help you out. It could be that. And then at the end of the month, you have the Three of Mirrors or the Three of Cups. And what is the message of your higher self to you at the end of the month? I'm thinking that everything is fine. Don't worry about it, because the Three of Mirrors or the Three of Cups talks about, in traditional decks, talks about celebration. You're out with your friends and you're celebrating something. There's some, could be just, you know, hanging out, or you actually achieved something, you're celebrating with your friends. In this card, it's a Leo with a lamb. So there's emotional, I would say emotional, everything is calm. Everything is calm. Believe that everything is calm. Everything is going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine. Have compassion towards yourself and have compassion towards others. And just chill, relax. Everything is fine. Okay? So that's it. Leo, this is the reading that I have for you for December 2016. If you like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you.